What's up, guys? Conan Bell here, and it's been a while. I don't really have that many vaguely humanoid characters from anime in my plush toy collection, and there's a reason for that. However, I decided to make an exception for this guy. This roughly 6.5-inch figure made by Bandai depicts the character Majin Buu, otherwise known as Fat Buu from the Dragon Ball Z series. He is probably most famous for his unique ability to transform people into candy and then eat them. Don't worry, he's a reformed villain, so he doesn't really do that anymore. But he probably really wants to. As you can plainly tell from the tag, this is a Japanese import, and it has a lot of the quality that I usually associate with that. Take a look at this embroidery detailing on these vent holes at the top of his head, as well as those on his face and ear holes. All of that detailing is all well and good enough, but to add more, they made the tongue out of a kind of reflective material that makes it actually look like a tongue. It's little details like that that I really appreciate in these sorts of things. Now, his famous head tail, or tentacle, whatever you want to call it, is usually a lot thinner in the source material, but I believe it was made thicker on this figure to give it more of a firmness to its shape, and I think that was for the best. My only question is why Majin Buu was designed to have a weird head tentacle at all. It's creepy and weird, you freaky bubblegum man! One of the things that separates these Japanese imports from the more commonly available American-sold items would be the accessories that come with it. In particular, Majin Buu's cape and his vest. Something I just noticed is that Majin Buu's cape actually has a bit of a glittery finish to it. It's very subtle, and I'm not entirely sure it was intentional. On top of that, that knot isn't just a knot. It's actually held together with stitching as well, so it can't accidentally come undone. So you're not going to lose it. Excellent!
That thumb is up.
The cape even has stitching running down the bottom edge in order to prevent fraying over time. I'm afraid the same can't be said for the care that was put into the edges, which are just cut with a knife of sorts. And as you can tell on the other side, that cutting was not perfect. Back onto positive qualities, though. I do like how the vest is not firmly planted on the figure. It acts as actual clothing. The gold accents along the edges are made with that kind of plasticky acrylic paint that I very often see on plush toys. I would have preferred that to also have been embroidered onto it like the rest of the facial details, but you can't have everything. Perhaps my least favorite part of this figure would have to be the belt, which is just painted on. In my experience, this type of paint degrades fastest over time and doesn't really hold up to a child playing with it. Now let's talk about his butt. In all seriousness, Majin Buu's rear end comes with a concave stitch into it in order to allow him to properly sit up without aid. Also, he looks like he's wearing a diaper. Oh my crap, I've discovered a disturbing alt mode for him! It's Count Boobula! It doesn't make any kind of sense at all. Not much else to say, really. His arms hold their shape rather well, although his right arm is a little bit floppier than the other one. But that's not really a big deal. Also, he got floppy feet. Also, his material feels a little bit nicer than some of the similar products sold of similar characters in the United States. Why can't Americans get the good stuff? But
Miggity chop! Miggity chop! Huh?
eating a giant man baby. How do you plead?
Boo-Boo's still hungry!
He is clearly far from penitent. We have no choice but to render our own verdict of Yuck! Hey guys, can I be bailiff? Oh.
No! You be candy!
What the go?
Boo make you blue flavored! No!
He just devoured Goofy the Hedgehog. Clearly, this is the single greatest act of service anyone could ever possibly make.
Then it's decided. Majin Buu, we here in the Plush Toy Land judicial system find you to be not guilty.
This is a Patreon shot for Jordan Matheson, Megan Cloud, and Matthew Connerth. Thanks for being awesome and supporting me. If you want to support me too, check out my Patreon link in the description below. Got something you want to send me? Send it to P.O. Box 82, Prospect, Kentucky 40059, and I'll check it out. Also, don't forget to check out Steve Sharp at his YouTube channel, Sharp Rain Music. Thank you so much for being awesome, guys. Take care and stay awesome. Also, this card lied to me. Where's your lollipop, Majin Buu? Where is it?